going on, Jerome? So you may have noticed I've been wearing a lot more crew neck sweatshirts. Now, I've always been a hoodie guy, but then I realized I never use the hood, like unless on the odd chance it was like raining or something. I just never wear the hood. So the wife got me a couple of these crew sweatshirts. I kind of like them. Not gonna lie. Anyways, hot sweatshirt talk. But J.J. McCarthy is a talking point right now because reportedly stupid-ass Sean Payton wants him. And half of me wanting J.J. McCarthy in purple is just so that stupid-ass Sean Payton doesn't get what he wants. Same thing with Sam Darnold, who reportedly the Broncos want as well. Is that petty? Yes. I am Tom Petty. The waiting. That's right. So, yes, J.J. McCarthy has been a bit of a lightning rod because I feel like a lot of the fan base sees the potential, and a lot of the fan base sees him as Christian Ponder 2.0, even though that description is not apt at all. But Daniel Jeremiah, former NFL scout, NFL Network draft analyst, love and respect his takes. And what's always interesting is seeing the evolution of DJ's mock drafts. Now, you could say, sure, some of it is watching more tape. Sure, some of it could be combine related, pro day related, but I think a lot of what it is and the shifting is what he's hearing around the league and of which teams are in which teams are in which players, how the league sees certain prospects as they rise and fall. Because, I mean, DJ had Bo Nix in his first mock draft and J.J. McCarthy was not in the first round. And then that sort of shifted because DJ got some feedback of how the league actually sees some of these players. So it's really interesting to see the whole process of him calibrating his mock draft as we get closer to April. So he fired up 3.0, and there's certainly some chaos in there. So 1, 2, 3, I think is going to be chalk. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jane Daniels. Now, on the off chance that the Vikings are able to trade into 2 or 3, that certainly would change things, but I mean, we forget Washington and New England do need quarterbacks as well, and you could make the case, sure. Well, why draft a quarterback into a bad situation? Well, a young quarterback could help help a bad situation turn into a good situation. Now, that's not always the case. I.e., Jamarcus Russell, i.e., Ryan Leaf, i.e., David Carr. Also, you could say Derek Carr too, even though Derek was a second-round pick. But I think that if the board falls a certain way, maybe the Vikings get into the top 3. Absent a deal before the draft, but I wouldn't be shocked if they all stick and pick. Now, bring some anarchy in your life. So the Vikings trade up to 4 in DJ's mock. There's trades in this one. I'm guessing it'll be 11-23 and probably some change because I think that if the board plays out like this, I think it will take a little something for the Cardinals to move out of 4 and pass up on Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors, however they see wide receiver 1. But this is what DJ wrote. Now the fun really begins after their recent trade with the Texans. It seems the Vikings are situated to aggressively move up to draft Kirk Cousins' replacement. The Cardinals trade down by passing a chance to pick the first receiver off the board. I just said that. But they address the position later in round 1. So the Cardinals and our guy Monty Ossenforth, the pride of University of Minnesota Morris. Oh, I guess I was suggesting in the comments, is like, well, hey, what if the Cardinals just draft a quarterback in 4 then trade the Vikings Kyler? I don't know. Like Bradbury's a small center, but I don't think he's short enough for Kyler. Anyways, but J.J. McCarthy is dynamite in purple. And here's what's great about McCarthy. He's walking into a beautiful situation. He is not seen as the Messiah. He doesn't have to be that guy right away. So this is also completely different than the Christian Ponder situation where the 2011 Vikings were bad. Just straight up bad. McNabb was not a good bridge quarterback. Ponder, there's too much pressure put on his shoulders right away. The Vikings did overdraft him because he should have probably been a day 2 pick, and the Vikings took him at 12. Now, I know that people will say, hey, well, same thing with McCarthy. No, I mean, McCarthy has first-round traits, and even in a very deep quarterback class, it's not the Vikings overdrafting him at all. Now, if the Vikings had drafted our guy Penix or Bo Nix or Spencer Rattler at 4, then okay, then we can have that conversation. But no, I think J.J. so the fact that J.J. McCarthy, if the Vikings didn't trade up and take him at 4, probably would have gone at least 6. I mean, I think that's his floor to the Giants. Certainly not an overdraft at all. 5. So the Jets trade up with the Chargers, and they get Marvin Harrison Jr. for old-ass Aaron Rodgers, a washed-up VP candidate, Aaron. whatever. But Harrison and Garrett Wilson reunited. The Ohio State University. That's really damn good. That is really damn good, man. Neighbors goes to the Giants. Joe Alt goes to Tennessee Titans. I love that pick. Dallas Turner to the Falcons. Oh, I mean, maybe they'll get a quarterback second round. And also, who says that the Falcons are going to have a number 8? Rome Odunze going to the Bears. So, I mean, I kind of like the way that the Bears receiver room is shaping up. So Odunze at that X, and then you got Keenan Allen, you got DJ Moore floating around. Pretty good weapons for Caleb Williams. Really has no excuses. Talisa Fuaga going to the Chargers. It's really awesome that they were able to trade down and still get Fuaga in this spot. Plus, I love that Fuaga is a pure right tackle, so they don't have to mess around with moving Rashawn Slater, who I believe can still be elite. Jared Verse goes to the Cardinals. So this is where the Vikings would have been selecting. Brock Bowers going to the Broncos. Bowers! Hey, remember Julius Thomas? It just ran like if you play a lot of fantasy football, you just random players just occasionally pop in your head. And I was just thinking about, man, Julius Thomas was a thing for a while, mainly because of Peyton Manning, but you know. Penix Jr. going to the Raiders. So quarterback 5 is off the board with Vegas. I kind of like it. Olufoshano falls to the Saints. This would be fantastic for them. This would well, actually it's the Saints, so F them. I really hate how that worked out. Quinnen goes to the Colts. Now, that could change if they're able to trade for L'Jarius Sneed, but Mitchell breaking the seal on corners. Fatanu, I kind of like this one. Him staying in Seattle, that's good. I mean, McDonald's going to build a bully up there. Arnold going to the Jaguars. J.C. Latham going to the Bengals. Hey, finally protect Joe Burrow's ass, man. Although Latham may kick inside. Leatu Latu goes to the Rams. That's really good. That's really, really good. So he stays in La La Land. And okay, Latu, if he had no medical red flags, I think he would be a top 10 pick. I think his movement skills for a guy, I think he weighed in at 271 at his pro day. They're really, really good. And the Rams, moving on from Aaron Donald, having Latu, Byron Young on the edge. I mean, that's good. That's good. Tyler Guyton, going to the Steelers, offensive lineman from Oklahoma, bring some physicality up front where, hey, you got to protect Russ. Sure. Graham Barton go to the Dolphins. So Connor Williams might actually retire with his knee injury, which is really unfortunate. But Barton, I would start him at center day one, protect Tua's ass, and bring some nastiness to the offensive line. Wiggins goes to the Eagles, BTJ. So the Cardinals come away with Jared Verse and BTJ with the trade down the Vikings, and also they probably get some future draft considerations as well. But overall, that's pretty good. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. is probably the best athlete of all the receivers, and that's saying something this year. He is raw. Like, he didn't pick up football until a little bit later in high school, but I mean, the physical tools are there. He has a chance to be very freaky. JPJ going to the Cowboys. This is very similar to when they drafted Travis Fredericks out of Wisconsin in the first round. I mean, JPJ is just going to be, hey, 11 years ago, the Cowboys just took center Travis Frederick. I just said that. Marius Mims. Yeah, I mean, it's not the sexiest pick in the world, but the Packers definitely need help along the offensive line. And Mims is a freak, man. Not like, maybe we throw that word around too much, but Marius Mims, there's a clip of him like practicing reps with his high school team, and he's like twice the size of the next largest teammate. It's hilarious, man. Darius Robinson to the Bucks. Ooh, kind of like that one up front, and also with Yaya Diaby. I mean, also Kalijah Cansey. Man, Bucks. Buck ball. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Byron Murphy II go to the Cardinals. Oh, yeah, I forgot that they have another first-round pick. So the Cardinals the Cardinals get Murphy Jr., they get Jared Verse, and they get BTJ. That's not bad. Johnny Newton go to the Bills. I kind of like that. Although, is there a lot of crossover between what he and Ed Oliver do? I don't know. But I mean, now you got two of them, man. Kool-Aid goes to the Lions. Cooper DeJong going to the Ravens. He just seems like a Raven. This is not a fair catch. Chop Robinson going to the Niners, as well as Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs should and could be in on wide receiver. Could have been Ladd McConkey here. Could have been Xavier Worthy. Sure. Certainly, but Mitchell again. Xavier Worthy got all the hype because of the combine and stuff, but now Mitchell's like a problem. Like it's nearly impossible to cover him. And as a quasi Texas fan, saw a lot of him. And personally, I think that Quinn Ewers. I think Quinn Ewers should have declared because you lost Mitchell, you lost Worthy, and I guess we'll see. But, I mean, the Vikings moving on up to the east side finally got a piece of the pie. And I understand there are some reservations about J.J. McCarthy. Oh, how come Michigan didn't let him throw so much? Oh, he's Christian Ponder 2.0. Oh, he's this, that, the other thing. Oh, how do you know a rookie is going to be good? Well, we're going to find out. I mean, that's my whole thing is that, hey, you know what? Even though I certainly have an ego, I'm not narcissistic enough to say, hey, I know more than Kevin O'Connell and Josh McCown, not Luke McCown, the scouting department, Kwesi. Hey, if everyone and their mom wants to bet their career and their livelihood and their jobs with the Vikings on this kid, who am I to say that's not the right pick? Because I have zero skin in the game. I'm going to cheer for whoever the hell is that quarterback. And if they deem it's going to be McCarthy, it's going to be McCarthy. Let's roll, baby. Let's roll. But, and also, bring back the Tommy Kramer number 9. That's right. Sorry. No, the Brooks Bollinger number 9. He's the one who makes me famous. Stupid Badger. There you go. Your thoughts are thoughts. Daniel Jeremiah mock draft 3.0. The Vikings moving on up to the east side. Finally got a piece of the pie. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.